Hello. Hi, everybody. It's Jeanie from senior jail. I hate to tell you this, but senior jail has expanded. Doesn't seem fair, does it? Well, we're all shut in one more time because of the fires. I'm telling you, 2020 is one for the books. So Washington, Oregon, and Northern California are all on fire. Oh, look at me. It looks like that picture's coming out of my head. Well, anyway, they're on fire. This is really a little bit early for our fire season, but it's a time where Santa Ana winds come crashing through from middle of California over toward the west, and it's when it's dry as can be here. We haven't had rain in so long, and anything can spark a fire, anything. And, and then it brings out the people who go deliberately start fires. Anyway, we hadn't been affected so much in LA until today. And the air quality is horrible, horrible, horrible. And looking outside, I wish I could show you, has kind of an weary looking, eerie, orangey, lime green kind of look, and the stillness is what it felt like before a hurricane. So the air quality is so bad that we've had to lock our doors and windows real tight, and thank heaven we have air conditioning, and a lot of my friends don't. I didn't when I first moved to California because you really didn't need it. But so in your prayers, keep the people who are having to evacuate in your thoughts. And I think the power of prayer is incredibly powerful. It has been in my own life. So send rain and say prayers for all the people who are fighting those fires. And I know that one story, there were, I think about 200 people, I think it was. There you are. Something happened to my phone. I'm sorry. This is the ADD report. Anyway, where was I? I think there were about 200 people that got trapped in kind of an enclave, and the fires went all around them, and they were told to not try to go in there and rescue them because it was way too dangerous, but the National Guard did, and they dropped through helicopters and other incredible means and rescued every one of those people. So keep everybody out here in your prayers, please. And also, I don't consider myself an astrologer because I really don't understand all the planets, but someone that I do trust had warned that between now and about November 13th, all the planets are going backwards. So, and Mars is kind of in control. Mars is the energy planet that is stirs things up, and so she mentioned that between now and then we might feel as if we're walking through mud, and it certainly feels that way trying to get things done, and it feels that way breathing out here. So while some of our COVID numbers are finally going down a little bit to where we're just now beginning to be able to eat in a few restaurants that are 25% capacity inside. So at the time when we're beginning to get a little bit lighter restrictions, then the fires come. So batten down the hatches and let's just keep rolling with this, and pretty soon 2020 will be over and we can look forward to something not quite as heavy. So I also have I want to take you all to task, you on my private page, my senior jailites. So I put something up that is very, very pithy, incredibly wisdom filled, just almost right up there at a borderline spiritual goddess. And I get 1 or 2 likes. But what I do yesterday, I put up about 4 pictures of my cat, and he's gotten over 100 likes already. Now, I ask you, is that fair? Now, I know he's prettier than I am, but still, 100 of you take the time to say this little boy is beautiful. He is, but he's a weirdo cat. He really is a weirdo cat. Dances to a different drum. And I have a friend in Texas who has a love-hate relationship with cats. And no, probably because they're not predictable. And so she said, oh, the cat jumped up in my lap. And I said, be careful, she'll whack you. And so she writes back and says, yeah, I have a wound that's healing from 4 days ago. How do you know all this stuff? Well, I know it because I've had cats since I was born. And I love them, but they dance to their own drum, not you. All right. So I guess I still love all of you, even though you love my cat better than me. I belong to a group that I just love. Well, first of all, I love watching all the animal stories on the dodo. They all live happily ever after, finally. But another group that I hesitate to tell you about, because all 2,000 of you will go jump over and get in that group, but it's called A View from My Window. And what a refreshing change it is to go to that. And even though you're seeing pictures sometimes of the fires, it's so uplifting, really. Not the fire ones, but from all over the world. You know, you get to see beautiful scenery coming from Africa, Egypt, Australia. Cairo was one I saw the other day that was beautiful. And then there's one lady in Arizona that lives in a neighborhood that requires that it's 4-acre plots. So her house is on it, and they can have so much land occupied by the house. And then after that, there's a perimeter that they have to leave the rest of the 4 acres natural habitat. So she has these wonderful bobcat that she's called Roberta, and Roberta's had 4 babies, and they're funny names. She calls them Bumper, or I think, Butt Nipper. They're funny names, but she looked out of her bathroom window one day, and here's this mama bobcat with her 4 babies. And that's been a couple of months ago. And she's started posting in a view from my window, and it's gotten so popular. Roberta has her own YouTube site, which I spent a lot of time the other night looking at, watching the little bobcats. And they're so cute. And the markings on them are so incredible, so symmetrical. Anyway, yeah, I have somebody say that's a great group, Perspective in the Everyday. It's, well, I've been listening and turning on the sound to several of the posts where people are beginning to get rains, and I realize how I am missing rain. I miss thunderstorms, and I miss hearing the rain. Oh, look who's come to say hello. There's just Tail. I have taken over his chair, and he is not happy about it. Here, let me have you say hello to the other cat that I can hardly pick up because he's so fat. This is Bandit. He's the one that sits on his back. He's such a sweet boy. Come here, Bandit. Look at them. See how pretty you are? Oh. Anyway, he's a sweet boy. He weighs probably now about 18 pounds. He put on a lot of COVID weight. And every time I get up from this chair, he wants it. Well, I'm rambling now, but I haven't been here to see you in a while, and I hope you're all doing well. It's still hard. Who would have ever thought that we would still be having the COVID effect 6 months into it? But it's still, impacting people. Don't estimate the what? Don't estimate its impact on you, not just physically, but emotionally, financially. It's still doing its number on us, and our mindset is really, really important. Our own consciousness is very important. So even though it's been a long time and I still urge you all to slow down, stay just in today, and because if you don't and you start trying to think about even what you have to do this week, the anxiety and the frustration kind of builds. So just take a chunk at a time of what you can do or can take part in, and let the rest of it unfold. You know, the best laid plans anyway. So have a good weekend, and I love you. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. Bye.